Good morning, morning. What's going on? I didn't know y'all was up in here. What is going on? Life tried it. I know. What is going on? I didn't think we were here, Sean. I didn't know I hit the button. Man, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you. Today was a test, family. What's going on? First of all, no sound effects. I started it and my iPad didn't work. So we're on the phone, baby. Great to see y'all. Lynn, Charlene, Ronnie, man. So today has been a test. And you know what? It's okay. I got this, y'all. I'm getting it, y'all. So, you ready? So, today is a reminder of the power of the mind. Now, in the old days, I don't like to say having a bad day. I don't like to use that kind of language, right? And it's a blessing because I don't really have bad days. But today, let me just say, it's a challenging day, challenging moment that was a great opportunity, that is a great opportunity for a lesson. And it's also a reminder of how you look at something, how you process makes all the difference in the world. Amen? So I'm up super early. Yes, Lynn. I love it. Challenging to our peace. What's up, Fintress? But the key is, because we know we got the knowledge, but it's using the information, right? So, happy to see you too, Fintress. So, y'all ready? I'm up this morning. It's like 1:45. Gabby's restless. That's our dog. She's in bed with us. I know Allison has to get up at 3. So I take Gabby downstairs on the couch, right? So while I'm up, I had some beans soaking. So I put the beans on. And I had to laugh when I did it because I said, oh my God, I have now turned into my Aunt Mary, who used to do that. We didn't know about why. The bean game, right? Soaking it all night, doing what you got to do. So anyway, I'm up. I said, well, I might as well go ahead and get Allison's grits together, right? For breakfast, so she can take it in. So I'm up. So then, 3:15 or so, Allison comes down. I got her coffee, got her grits, send her off to work, take the dogs for a walk. After the dogs walk, I look down and my wedding ring is gone. My wedding ring is gone. Lord Jesus. Now, because of the weight loss, the ring has been slipping and sliding, and it's gone. So I went back and retraced my steps. So the first thing is the old mark is logically it's gone. I mean, really, it could be anywhere. You know, it's dark outside. You didn't feel it fall off. Who knows where it is? I switched up my mind and said, let's find it. Let's go look for it. Retrace your steps. Let's find it. I'm not going to say it's gone. I'm going to say I'm going to find it. So I look for it. And I have not found it. I have not found it. But in my mind, what's going on, Teresa? I didn't say I lost it. I'm saying it's somewhere, and I'm looking to find it. I'm hopeful. Trying to get my mind into that space, understanding the superpower of the mind, right? Understanding the superpower of the mind. Now, also, around that same time when I came home this morning when I got up, I saw a financial obligation that needs to be taken care of. And if it's not taken care of, there are big consequences, right? So, and at the time, I'm living the life of an entrepreneur. So, you know, money today, maybe not so tomorrow. So those two combinations, because let's keep it real, with my ring, in the old days, we have the funds so as not to cause any issues, I would have just bought another ring, right? And let's keep it real. I would have maybe told Allison, maybe not, right? But now, I'm going to tell her what happened. And just like with that bill with consequences, I'm going to say in my mind that I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to make it happen. You know, yes, Ronnie, I'm reframing it because, as we all know, in challenging times, and we've all had challenging times where we let our mind take us down that path, right? We let our mind get us in a funk. We let our mind make us sad, make us depressed, you know? And yes, Pinterest. Yes, all those possibilities, Lynn. And so instead of me saying it's lost, I'm going to say that's temporarily misplaced. But what I'm saying is, whatever the case is, I'm trying to train my mind to get out of that negative spaces altogether. Why not use the mind, because we know the power of it, to use it as our superpower, right? Something Allison does that I used to frown on, but it hit me this morning when I was in my space. So when we're out shopping or at the mall, Allison will pray for a parking space, right? And I used to frown on that. You know, I would joke with her and I'd say something like, God ain't got no time to look for a parking space for you. He's got more things to do. But what I realized, family, is that is the power of the mind. Whatever your desires are, there's an abundance. It's not a thing where we have to not pray for little things. Ask and you shall receive, right? So there are unlimited blessings. There's unlimited abundance. That's why I know I'm not worrying about the ring. I'm not worrying about the bill because I know it's covered. All I have to do is put it in my mind and obviously create action, do my part. But what I'm not doing anymore is getting on the downward path of negativity, right? Because that ain't doing nothing but attracting the negativity. So that's where I am. It's one of those days, but I refuse to say it's a bad day. I refuse to let the start of the day ruin the rest of my day. I refuse to not use my mind for positivity, focusing on the abundance, asking myself, what do I want every day? The power of the mind, right? Sometimes we let logic will get you into some negative thinking and you don't even think about it. Yes, he always delivers. Come on now. Retraining the thinking. Retraining. I love it. Ronnie, like you said, you and Lynn said it. Negativity will steal your peace. And that's something I have a lot of. You know what I mean? Allison commented the other day, after I got let go, or after they did not decide to have any place for me on the TV, and I was up for the Tampa job and didn't get it, Allison was like, well, what you gonna do? I said, I'm good. I know something greater is coming. She said, I wish I had that mindset. She said, I love it. And so I have a lot of peace. I'm there. But even in that peace, you can let a negative thought get you. And I refuse to get got. So that's my message today. Power of the mind. Unlimited. Unlimited power of the mind. One more, y'all. I'm gonna use this one when I'm a keynote somewhere making thousands of dollars. But I was talking to a friend of mine who has a new book about the power of positivity. And I was telling her about my Uncle Will. Now remember, Lynn, yes. I was telling her about my Uncle Will. Now remember, you guys are getting this. Jarrell, you guys are getting this story for free, but it will be when you see me on TED Talks or on Oprah or on YouTube making millions. One of my motivation messages, you guys are going to hear this story. So a friend of mine is writing this book on, laws of attraction, like The Secret. So I was just telling her about my Uncle Will. I hadn't thought about this before, but my Uncle Will was 18 years old when he was in a car wreck with 3 other men. He was thrown from the car wreck, but the car was ablaze. It was on fire. So Uncle Will, 18 years old, and the gentlemen in the car were all over in their 20s and older. He went back to save them, and he was pulled into this burning car. Everybody perished except my Uncle Will, who for the rest of his life lived with burns on probably 65, 70% of his body. Disfigured. Hands disfigured, eye burned closed, ears burned off. Uncle Will, he lived a full life though, and he was living in assisted living. You know how they have the senior living where you can only make a certain amount of money. Now, when it came to playing the numbers or gambling, Uncle Will was a beast. He made so much money every year playing the lottery, he would stop. He would stop because he would make too much and be kicked out of his place. And so we always ask, that's one of the conversations. Uncle Will, what's going on? Man, we like, you played the lottery today? No, man, I ain't played today, man. If I win, I'll make too much money and they'll kick me out of this place, right? So when I was talking to my friend about her book and the power of the laws of attraction and the power of the mind, what I realized, family, was Uncle Will, when he plays the lottery, unlike everybody else, he didn't say, I hope I win. He knew he was going to win. He knew he was going to win. We all have friends, family members who gamble or go out to the boat or go out to the casino. And it seems like some people are luckier in that than others. But what I thought about was when Uncle Will's playing that game, he's not thinking like we're thinking. He's knowing. So when he doesn't win, he's surprised. When he doesn't win, he's shocked. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us, when we win, we're surprised. I always say that. I say it so much, it's a saying I've said over my years is, oh yeah, I'm not lucky in that. I'm lucky in love. That's a nice line. It's quick. It's cute. But it just made me think, when I was talking about my friend, that's the difference. It's how he thinks about it. And again, you know how you look at people and looks like they're winning, and you be like, dang, it seems like so-and-so is on one. You guys witnessed me on one. You guys witnessed me on one. But it's a mind, it's a space where you're not letting negative energy get to you, right? You're not letting negative thoughts get to you. You're not thinking about it. You're not letting logic get to you. Lynn, that amazing idea you have, reading for the kids. Why not a national show? Why not a worldwide show? Nobody loves babies more than you. Nobody connects better than you. Why not? Not just on YouTube. Why not on the OWN network? Right? It's like, Jarrell, why not Peloton Dubai? Right? We build a box for ourselves that we are comfortable in versus like, why not? Right? So again, I misplaced, right? Why not? So I start off the day, misplaced the ring. Why not? Know that I'm going to find it. I know I will find it. Why not? Know that that bill is going to be taken care of. Because the crazy part about it is, you know, I've had the fruits of it. I've seen it happen. So it should be easy for me to believe. But your mind still will get you a little bit of doubt. I feel bad for the people who haven't had a whole bunch of wins. Because it's hard to believe something if you haven't had a whole bunch of wins. It's hard to believe something if you've been battered by life. It's hard to believe if you don't have a supportive family, don't have supportive friends. You know, I'm so blessed. Look at you guys. You guys have been rocking with me this whole time. If I didn't have a family and didn't have one friend, I got y'all. Right? So, yes, Ventress, amen. Radical and believing we will. That's the thing right there. And here's the thing about sometimes the church message, I think that people get, especially black folks, because religion has been used against us. A lot of times people will point to somebody else and say that they're anointed. We're all anointed. We all are made in the image of God, or whatever you believe. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just that one person, you know? It's all of us. But sometimes we haven't had anybody to teach us that, or to tell us that, or to make us feel like that. And that's why I love this group, because that's what you guys have made me feel like this whole time. Right? So why not? We back to why not? Yes. It will not always be who you expect to support you, but who you need. Okay? Yes. Doubt destroys interest and positivity. Yes. And I had to realize, exactly, Lynn, this group is family. I had to realize my logical thinking, like what happened today. Logically, the old me would have been like, oh, well, I lost my ring. Oh, well. The new me was like, I looked through the trash. I turned over the bed. I retraced my steps. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? The energy. So it's the same thing with all the things we're pursuing, y'all. From weight loss to success in our career, you know? Now is the time for us to get it. What's up, Edward? Faye? Again, I always say how we look at celebrities. We saw, love him or hate him. We saw Kanye West predict his future. And when he said it, all of us were like, Kanye West said, I am Michelangelo. I am Walt Disney. I am Steve Jobs. I'm this generation's Steve Jobs. And we were all like, all right, Kanye. But it's funny, as a parent, though, what I saw was a mom and dad who made their child believe they could be anything, and not just by words. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying it. People didn't realize that Kanye West's mother, when he said he didn't want to go to college, but he had interest in art, she sent him to Japan. She sent him to Japan to study art. You know what I mean? So he was not the typical, regardless of color, he's not the typical kid. He didn't have the typical parents. So he didn't have the typical thinking, you know. And, yeah, do I think people like that might have mental challenges? Probably so. Can you imagine being a futurist? Can you imagine? Because when you think about it, none of it ever makes sense. Even what we're talking about. If I say I didn't lose my ring, I did not lose my ring. People will be like, you did lose your ring. You know what I mean? So it's like, exactly. Even as parents, we put boundaries on our kids. Right? Charlene, yes. New York in the building, 5 years, baby. Again. Right, creativity overwhelming. And it's like, you know what? It's almost like you have to share this sometimes with your people. Because some people are not ready to hear it. Some of your friends, loved ones, parents, they're not ready to hear it. It's unexplained. A positive consciousness is hard to explain. When I first met Allison, I'm talking about our first or second date, right? Allison's dad was a Unity minister. She was raised with this consciousness. So now more and more people talk about, because of The Secret and Oprah and these different books, people talk about prosperity consciousness. People talk about positivity, right? But y'all know, back in the day, all black churches talked about was, you ain't nothing but a sinner. So I remember when we were on our date, our first or second date, what's going on, Sheridan? And I asked about religion or something, and she was very vague. And I could tell by her energy, she wasn't comfortable. And she said, yeah, my dad's a minister. He's a Unity minister. You probably haven't heard about it. She was, I could tell she didn't want to go into it because a lot of people don't understand. But that positive consciousness, that mentality, and you know what? What you can understand, Lynn, what we do understand though, is love, right? What we do understand is we watch Lynn go from being looking forward to being a nana to being a nana. And let me tell you something. Based on the energy around Lynn's post and the love for that baby, for Nana's baby, there's nothing that child can't do. And we see that through the love that Lynn is putting and sharing with her. Nana is filling that baby up with all the confidence and love in the world, right? So it don't have to be explained. It just is. It just is, Lynn. I don't have to talk to your baby on the phone. I don't have to. I can see it. The way you are loving that child, the way you are giving that child everything. Her response, when you read to her, is apparent. And that's the same way we have to do with our positive mentality, right? Anytime we feel a negative thought creeping up, we have to stomp it out with love. We have to stomp it out with positivity. We got to stomp it out. We have to change it up. Because like I said, a lot of times a negative thought will come, but for me, I won't call it negative. I just call it logical. You know, I'd be logical. Like when Skylar, who's now at Norfolk State, she was back home. She got caught up in the COVID thing. She was a FISC, and some of the credits didn't transfer. And as somebody, myself, who went to junior college for 2 years and transferred because I learned that it was easier to do it that way. I was on that train like, why don't you just do the 2 years, then transfer? She's like, no, Daddy. I want to go this semester. In my mind, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't try to be negative to her, but in my mind, I decided to be cleaner and easier to do it my way. Guess what? She got in spring semester. She's there. You know what I'm saying? I let my way, my experience, my logic almost take away from her desire. And as parents, we do that all the time. But anyway, I love y'all. It's hump day. Getting over the hump with some positive energy. Thank you. Today we're talking about women's health at 10 o'clock. Jarrell's going to be on. Jarrell's going to be featured. Yeah. And anybody that wants to be on the show, Lynn, telling us what you're doing, just let me know. You're up next, Lynn. Sheridan, you coming. Okay? Because that's what the whole platform is all about. Okay, guys, love you so much. Have a great one. Thank you. I needed y'all. Look at God. I needed y'all today and didn't even know it. At 1:45, when I took Gabby downstairs, little did I know I was going to need y'all like this. Thank you. All right, y'all. Peace. Ciao.